A Brief History of Video Game Consoles, or I'm running out of time, by me, and special thanks to Adam. Are you ready? Let's go. At the beginning there was nothing, then there was something, and that something was Bertie the Brain in 1950. Pretty much also across is pretty boring and bland. So we fast forward 22 years to Pan, which created this thing, which shares black and white, is pretty bad, has screen overlays. You can look into this more. Second generation consoles, there's the Atari 2600, that thing, and that thing, ColecoVision, television, either way around, don't really care. Fast forward again, no I'm just kidding, it's just meanwhile in handheld world, with the MB Microvision in 1979, and the Game & Watch in 1980, looks pretty cool if you ask me, and the Atari 200 comes out in 1982, it's looking pretty good for Atari. They've got good looking games, good looking cartridges, good looking whatever that is, until Video Game Crash in 1983, where Atari 2600 games that look terrible, and just no control of the market, it's all gone bad, consumers had enough of it, until 1985 with the Nintendo System, with Mario and that guy from Mario Kart DS, my favourite. Looking great, I like this, and it did well in North America. And the Sega Master System came out, and it did really well in Europe. It didn't have Sonic yet, but hey, it did well. And this thing eventually came out, who really cares? So Nintendo was the best, yippee! Until Sega walked in with Nintendo, more like Nintendo don't, and released a massive advertising campaign slamming Nintendo. Alongside the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, it had Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. What wasn't there to love? Meanwhile, in the handheld world, we have Nintendo has released the Game Boy in 1989. Sounds great. They released it alongside Tetris. Even better than that. Meanwhile, Lynx releases a token called Atari. Nah, I'm just joking with you. It's the Atari Lynx. It's bulky. It has terrible battery life, and look at it. It's the end of the 1980s. Whoopee, and we're now in 1990 with the Sega Game Gear. It's a bit late to the market, has all the problems Lynx has, apart from 2 face buttons is missing that the Lynx had, because Lynx had multiplayer with, just ignore it. Similar to this come out, it has Pilot Wings and Mario. Sega releases Sonic finally to combat Max Mario. Nintendo made a deal with Sony that it will bite them back later as it fell through. Meanwhile, the Sega CD came out. It's terrible. Only good game was Sonic CD, and Philips CDI comes out and just bombs so hard, even though it has Nintendo. Untitled Chapter comes out. That's not going to cause any controversy. Not any controversy until Night of the SRB rating is just going to come out of nowhere. So the SVB chip exists now as well, only used in one game. Super FX chip comes out, used in multiple games, and is less powerful than the SVB chip, but it's better because it's got Star Fox. The Hot Dragon comes out, and Atari has just quit the video game market. I'm using a keyboard, by the way, that's the clicking sounds. Sega 32X has now just come out, and Sega one-ups himself with the Sega Saturn. Costs $3.99, and that will bite them because Sony's now offering $2.99. They just basically walked in there, mic dropped, and just, what? That killed the Sega Saturn. Meanwhile, in the handheld world, we have the Sega only in the US doesn't exist. Nintendo finally releases the Nintendo 64, and the Game Boy Pocket, and the Game Boy Light, which doesn't exist, only released in Japan, so how can it? And the Game Boy Color was spelled wrong, doesn't exist. Sega Dreamcast came out in 1998. 999 is doing very good for Sega. Until 2000 with the release of Sony PlayStation 2. That's it, Sega Dreamcast has ended. Sega will be back against vengeance for Sony. Meanwhile, in the handheld world, the Game Boy Advance comes out. GameCube comes out. Do I need to say any more? Finished in one take. How long do I have to pause on the screen? Yeah, if you haven't done it already, it'd be nice. It's very hot. The longer I do this, the longer the video is going to be. I think I put on a very funny voice in this video. I'm going to keep it like that. I don't want to take this again. I'll trim it when it gets up to YouTube.